Let's chat about my brain dump pages. So, my brain dump pages are the essential holding ground for all things tasks, events, notes. I kind of use it as a bullet journal heavily with my key code, depending on my mood, but it's a supplement to my day most times. It's what I like to do at night to kind of soothe my brain, empty my brain. And I'm going to show you what I used prior to getting to where I am now. So this is a B6 rings, and I used regular Moleskine paper, and I just drew it in. I would have to say this was the most, before I did it without the rings, I loved this paper in these rings. But then I wanted to try something else, so I reached out to, I think this is Printable Kate. I didn't reach out to her. She has them on her shop. And the reason why I liked Printable Kate's is because she had a this week. And then she actually has a schedule from 6 to 10. And I didn't do anything with that schedule. I kind of used it to do my bullet journal key code. But a lot of my brain dump pages are just really what I would do in my commonplace books a lot. But I couldn't get together the flow of it. I knew I loved Week on 4 Pages. I knew I liked it as a supplement for my daily and to empty out my brain. I knew I wanted to use my bullet journal key code. I just couldn't figure out if I wanted them in the rings or in a bound area. So I was using these a lot. I would say, let's see, you guys have seen this before where I drew out an insert that I was inspired by on Etsy. And this was doing way too much for me because what I really loved was the simplicity of just jotting things down. I really loved the width in here, and I liked that I had big lines in here. But I wanted an this week, which was in these pages. So that didn't work, and right about this time, I just kind of stopped, and that was June 1st-ish. Prior to that, I guess I should have started here. I started using these inserts in my Franklin Covey compact size March, April-ish, kind of around the same time I was doing the other ones over here. I was just trying to figure out what size worked for me, what column worked for me, and these were just Monday through Sunday, so those definitely did not work for me. I did not like them. They were too small. Then this is what changed it all for me. The rest is just, I just, for funsies, wanted to put it in a day timer, and I'll show you. But I started putting, this is my Jesus book. In my other video, I talked about it, and remember I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it because it was in a different cover than I normally put it in. So in my Jesus book, in the front of it, I had a little tab called Bullet Journal. And this is when I started loving my Week on 4 Pages in a bound system. I loved the grid. This is the Moleskine expanded, and I loved the grid. I loved being able to draw it out myself, and it was really, really working. But what I didn't like is that this was in a book that had all of my faith stuff in it, and I didn't like that. I couldn't get past that. So I stopped using it in here. I went to the day timer for like a hot second, and I also reached out to Sterling Ink, and she made me Week on 4 Pages for the rings. And hers looked like this. But then again, I was like, wonderful inserts, by the way. Because she also left me a little area for my bullet journal key code, which I freaking love. But then again, I was like, I don't want to do the rings anymore. I don't want my brain dump pages in the rings because when I am on the couch, most times that's when I do my brain dump. I was like, I want to be able to be comfortable, and I do not like it. So in comes this insert. And if I haven't addressed why I did the TN style for all of July, it was because I was waiting for my Moleskine Expanded to come, and it took like 3 weeks it took a long time. So I had to be inventive, and that's what I was using what I had, and I used my standard TN books. And then when my Moleskine came, I wasn't sure if I wanted to cut it down, and then I had a Stayology, and then I cut that down, and then I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the Nanami paper. So to solve all that, I just went into a standard TN to try to figure out my life, and clearly you guys have watched me figure out my life. So these were July pages in my week on 4 pages, and they worked so well. These pages work hand in hand with my daily pages. Which is what I forgot to bring. So what I have plenty of videos. Before I started putting it in a separate book, I tried it out within my planning system. And that's when I was like, okay, I want my week on 4 pages in my regular planning, which is obviously what you see over here. It's in my regular planning now. But I didn't, love the not having the lines. I love drawing it out myself. It's just therapeutic. But I just write everything and anything that I can think of the night before, or sometimes I would use it if my daily got too packed, which a lot of July it did get packed, and I looked forward to having a separate insert or a separate place to put down, if, I don't know, let's just say let's go to like a daily in the beginning. I don't know, just for the sake of demonstration purposes. We'll go to Sunday, July 12th. So I'll find it over here. That's here. Sundays are probably a bad example. Let's go to Saturday, the 11th, because this is day on 1 page. Sundays are always day on 2 pages, so I would have a lot more space. But the day in July, the day on 1 page, I only had this little area down here and this little area down here for just whatever was on my brain, whatever I wanted to get done, or whatever I came to me throughout the day. That is not enough space. Okay, so if you're looking at that, that is not enough space for me. So I would write more this day. Even though I brain dumped only hair treatment the night before, I wrote all of this down in conjunction with this. And it provided me the most fulfillment because I felt like my pages, my brain dump was secure somewhere safe. So let's just say when I got to Sunday, if, I didn't get to do my castor oil treatment, which I did that day, just didn't cross it off. I knew I could migrate, and I knew that it was here, and I knew that if I got to Sunday, I could have, put my little migration, and I could have moved it over, or better yet, I could just leave it there, and then when I flip through my pages throughout the week, on Sundays mainly, and for my weekly review, I would know that it was there, and it's highlighted, and I'm like, okay, do your hair treatment, or if I don't do my hair treatment, I'll migrate it all the way over here, or I don't care, all the way over here if I have to. It's the fact these brain dump pages provide me security. It's like a security blanket. You know how like he would take his blanket everywhere? He just knew it was there. It was just provided relief. I knew that this exists. And if I knew that it exists in my main planner book, I will know that all of my thoughts and ideas and events or things that I need to buy. Perfect example is tonight, I was trying to put my daughter to sleep. She's still trying to go to sleep. It's really late, which is why I'm filming. My husband is taking turns with me to try to put her to bed. So I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Film. So tonight when I was laying with her, I knew that I needed to buy a lamp and soothing tablets for her. So I wrote that on my daily, but then I came to my brain dump and I just kind of did a quick one of clean the playroom, fold the laundry, sweep and mop, hair treatment, download start solution. I still need to download that book. Table mats, and I made a note on sleep and autism. So when I wake up tomorrow, I will look at this. I will look at all of this. I will come and still look at all of these pages. I will still look at some of this. Why? Because I'm like, first of all, I love flipping through it. And then I'm like, what if I missed something? Let me go back and see if I missed anything. Because I want to put it in my safe place. I want to put it in here if I miss something. So that way, when I scan my pages throughout the week, this upcoming week, tomorrow starts the upcoming week, I know that it's there. I have migrated summer ideas in my 2021 monthlies, workout leggings, and project list pages. Probably, I don't know, they're in here. And I've migrated that since the 9th of July. And I still haven't done it. And I'm like, okay with that because it's not something that's such a priority. And it's not something that I want to put on my goal area for my master task list. That's not something I want to put because if I don't get it done in August, I'll migrate it to September, but I don't want it here. These things are pretty, I don't know, they're like with my family and it's I want to keep this separate. I want my brain dump stuff separate from what I know. I won't put a task here if I know it has something to do with my home or my kids and I know it needs to get done. I don't even know if that makes sense, but anyhow, I love brain dumping. I think it's really imperative that you do it. I just do it every single day, every single moment if I have to. When I'm done filming the video and I sit down right here and drink my water and enjoy the silence. Yes, Lord. I will probably start writing more. And if I have more to write, and because all this is pretty much used, right? And all this is getting pretty much used for my day. That's okay, never fear. I have a whole sticky note collection back here and I can use one of those and just put it on my day or put it on my brain dump. So I hope this makes sense to you. If you do not brain dump every single day, you're missing out every single minute, every single night. You probably should. I did show you all of the things that I've used to brain dump in the past. I'm glad I got it all together because I don't think I'll ever use my brain dump in any other form. Now, I shouldn't say never because, yeah, I know I can, who knows. But I am excited that this is working and it provides such a supplement and a relief for me. And I'm so glad I finally put it into my planning system. Good night and God bless. And thank you for all of the ones that watched every single one of these videos. I still have my weekly and my daily planning to get through and to explain to you guys. And then my whole planning system will be completely there for you whenever you want to go back and refer to what the heck is going on in her big old chunky book. Good night. God bless.